You know what makes a horror story really get under your skin? It's not just the monster, it's the rules. So today, we're going to tear into a Hindi horror story called The Children's Day Curse. We're going to break down how it uses this really old, really creepy form of black magic with some very specific rules to turn what should be a simple act of kindness into an absolute nightmare.
Every great horror story, right? It starts somewhere normal, somewhere safe. And you can't get much more normal than this. A teacher, super cheerful, making an announcement. It's Children's Day, a day for fun, no uniforms, just celebration. It's the perfect, innocent stage for something truly awful to happen.
And there it is, that one sentence that just flips everything on its head. The story immediately slams the brakes on that happy feeling. You just know that all those cheerful preparations we just heard about, they're about to go very, very wrong. And it all kicks off with someone showing up unannounced. Our story gets rolling with a real horror classic, The Unwanted Guest. You know the type. An arrival that seems okay at first, maybe even like a good deed, but then it starts to slowly and surely pull apart a family's entire life. All right, so let's meet our main players here. We've got Rohan, just a normal school kid living in Delhi. Then there's his dad, Veer, who seems like a really good guy. See, he's just taken in Hari Kishan, this elderly man from his home village who supposedly has nobody else. On the surface, it's just a simple act of charity. But when Rohan gets back from school that day, things are already off. The old man, Hari Kishan, he somehow looks younger and way more creepy. His dad, Veer, is just sitting there totally zoned out, like a statue, just staring blankly into a mirror, not responding to anything. It's the very first sign that something is literally draining the life out of his home. Okay, so this bizarre transformation, it's not a sickness, it's not random, it's magic. Dark, systematic magic. And this is where the story really shows us what's making it tick. A curse that has very specific and very terrifying rules. So here's the core of it. It's a direct trade, a parasitic relationship. Hari Kishan's new, creepy youth isn't coming from nowhere. It's being stolen, literally siphoned from Veer. And as Hari Kishan gets younger, Veer is getting older, weaker, more frail. But how is he actually doing it? And here's where it gets really twisted. Hari Kishan shows Rohan his secret weapon, a simple bone, but it has a lock of Veer's hair tied tightly around it. That little object is the source of all his power. And just to prove it, he snaps the bone. The second he does, Veer is forced, against his will, to violently smash his own face right into that mirror he was staring at. So let's break down the mechanics here, because they're chillingly simple. Step 1, you have to get a piece of your victim's hair. Step 2, you tie that hair to a bone. Step 3, you break the bone, and you inflict instant, direct pain. And then, the final step, your victim is basically a puppet. They have to do whatever you say. Now, Rohan has seen everything. He's the only witness. So Hari Kishan gives him a very simple, very terrifying ultimatum. Keep your mouth shut, or I will kill you and your father. Just like that. Rohan is trapped. He's now a terrified, unwilling accomplice.
But Hari Kishan isn't satisfied with just draining one person's life. He needs more. So he gives Rohan a bag of cursed toffees and forces him to take them to the Children's Day party. He's turning this symbol of childhood innocence into a horrifying weapon to find his next victim.
And so, the trap is set. What's supposed to be a fun, festive school celebration is about to become the scene of a terrifying kidnapping. Absolutely terrified for his dad's life, Rohan has to make an impossible choice. He gives one of the cursed toffees to his own friend, Arav, lying and saying it's a special gift from his grandfather. It's just a moment of pure desperation, a betrayal that's born completely out of fear. The effect is immediate, and it is chilling. At 8 o'clock that night, right in the middle of the party, Arav's eyes glow a demonic red. He's not himself anymore. He just bolts out of the school, runs straight into the night, and vanishes. He's gone. Well, as you can imagine, this causes total chaos. The police get involved, a massive search starts, and soon there's a reward of 1 lakh rupees, that's 100,000, for any information. This has now become a huge crisis. Now, the big break in the case, it comes from the most random place you could think of. A petty thief. He's running from the cops, ducks into an old abandoned house to hide, and walks right into the middle of the horror show. He sees Hari Kishan with his 2 captives, Veer and the missing boy, Arav. Realizing who he's found, the thief makes a call, hoping to cash in on that reward money.
And that one phone call, well, it's the trigger. It leads everyone straight to the hideout. The police, the school principal, they're all descending on this house ready for a final showdown with whatever evil is inside.
The principal gets there just before the cops, and what she walks in on is a nightmare. Arav and Veer are completely withered. Their hair is white, they look like fragile old men, and standing over them is Hari Karshan. But now he looks young, strong, powerful. The life-draining curse has done its work.
When the principal confronts him, Hari Kishan, enraged at being discovered, responds with pure brutality. He breaks the bone with Arav's hair, and the possessed boy immediately attacks the principal, trying to force her face down into a ritual fire.
Just as she's about to be burned, a police inspector bursts in and pulls her away. He tries to confront Arav, but the possessed boy just screams, "I won't spare you," and lunges at him. The inspector fires his gun, but the bullet does nothing. The demon's magic is protecting the boy completely.
So Rohan is watching all of this go down. He's seen these powerful adults, a principal, a cop with a gun, be absolutely useless against this magic. And it begs the question, right? If they can't stop him, who can?
And right there, in all of that chaos, it clicks. Rohan finally gets it. He understands the rules of the curse. It's not just a weapon that can be used on people. It's a system, and any system can be exploited. He realizes the curse's biggest weakness. It'll work on anyone.
That single thought is the key to everything. The adults are powerless, so the kid has to become the hero. He takes matters into his own hands to finally put an end to this evil.
While the demon man is distracted by the inspector, Rohan makes his move. He sneaks up behind the now youthful Hari Kishan, and with a pair of scissors, he snips off a lock of his hair. He's got the main ingredient.
He then grabs a bone from Hari Kishan's own bag, quickly ties the hair to it, and in this incredible moment of bravery, he snaps it. Instantly, Hari Kishan screams in agony as his own bones begin to crack and break from the inside.
As Hari Kishan is screaming, his control starts to falter, and his puppets, Veer and Arav, turn and come after Rohan. But before they can get to him, Rohan makes the final move. He hurls the bone with Hari Kishan's hair straight into the ritual fire. And as the bone burns, so does Hari Kishan. He just erupts into flames.
And just like that, it's over. Hari Kishan is gone. Rohan's father is finally free. But it's not a clean victory. The principal is badly burned and has to be rushed to the hospital. And, in the most tragic twists of all, once the possession ends, little Arav dies from that gunshot wound he took earlier.
And that just leaves us with this really heavy question, right? Rohan defeated a powerful evil because he was smart enough to figure out the rules of its own dark magic. But the price for that win was devastating. It's a terrifying reminder that even when you beat the monster, some horrors leave scars that never, ever fade.